Texas Rangers figure to be very aggressive this offseason. Wednesday, they started to take steps towards possibly fulfilling that prediction, reportedly in agreement on a deal with free agent pitcher Kyle Gibson. It's a deal that seems to mirror previous free agent deals the Rangers have inked with Lance Lynn and Mike Minor. 32-year-old was 13-7 last year with the Twins with an ERA of 4.84. He did battle an illness down the stretch last season. Tom, what do you make of this deal here?
Look at those strikeout numbers. That's what catches my eye. The strikeout rate has been going up. It's all because he's got a really nasty slider. He's one of the few true sinker slider starters in the big leagues. I want to show you, actually, Robert, all of them. You want to see all of the sinker slider guys? Patrick Corbin's one of them. These are guys who throw 30% sinkers, 20% sliders, so it's a big part of their arsenals. Dakota Hudson, Tanner Roark, he's a free agent. Adrian Sampson, these are all guys, sinker sliders. Used to see a lot in the 80s. Mike Soroka, you don't see a lot of them anymore. These guys are good at it. You better be really good at it. Marcus Stroman. Sliders are easier to hit in the big leagues than any other pitch. That's why it's so difficult. But I like the way that Kyle Gibson uses the sinker and slider together. There's a sinker designed to run in. The slider goes the other way, run away from the right-handed hitter. And he's really good at doubling them up, using them, as they say, in the same tunnel, where to a hitter, he's got to decide, is this ball going right or left? That one comes back right on Gio Urshela. He's going to come back with the very next pitch. Not a lot of movement, but enough to get off the barrel of the bat and go the opposite direction. The way he uses that slider is really interesting to me because he can also shape it in very different ways. I think his best one is the one that goes straight down. Here's an at-bat against Jorge Soler. All sliders. That's a get-me-over slider. That's a really dotted up on the outside corner slider. Soler didn't like it, but it strike. Overthrew that one. Now he comes back. Watch the movement on this one. Ooh. Goes straight down. So he's able to kind of change the movement to make it sweep and go down. And I thought about what the Rangers did with Mike Minor. Remember they got him a couple of years ago? He went back and really simplified his approach. He has a high-spin fastball. Up in the zone with fastballs. And again, not high velocity, but the high spin gets people out and the changeup downstairs. He plays that high-low game. Really curious to see what they're going to do here with Kyle Gibson. It seems like they have a one-size-fits-all contract for these guys. Minor, 3 years, $28 million. Lynn, 3 years, 30. Gibson, 3 years, 30. It's worked out with Minor and Lynn there. And I think there's a big upside. Again, I'd be encouraged if I'm Texas to see that strikeout rate climbing. Now, like a lot of sinker slider guys, he doesn't throw a lot of strikes. That sinker, you better be really pinpoint with it. And like Dakota Hudson and Davies and these guys, you're going to throw a lot of balls. I get that. But he gets a lot of ground balls. He's also got a very good changeup. I think there's a lot there to like for the Texas Rangers.
So if you were just playing clone games, his age 31 season last year looks a lot like Lance Lynn's age 31 season in 2018. It wasn't overpowering, but it was more than a strikeout an inning. It was the hits per innings were very similar. The innings were very similar. By the way, Texas gave them both 3-year, $30 million contracts. And what does Gibson do for them? You say, well, we're talking about a guy with a 4-something ERA. Innings and a 4-something ERA. Where do they sign up for that? Yep. Right?
Yep.
If you
this right here.
Okay, so like this is Minor and Lynn last year. Look at the ERA. It's 3.63 in their 65 starts. It's 7.22 for everyone else who started a game for them last year. They need, like, even if you told me they were about to go to the front end and get a big guy, if it was Wheeler, if it was even Strasburg or Cole, they still needed to fix the back end also, and this guy helps fix the back end.